Yeah.
He just wants to win. And that might be enough.
It might be enough. Well, there's not a lot of other options.
No.
This is the thing. Like we are now entering into 2026. Okay. So we only have 4 years from 2024 to 2028. It's really only 2 years, because everybody has to get accustomed to these people.
Yeah.
They have to be in the public eye. It's not when someone's going to run for president within the last 6 months and they're going to win.
Right.
You need someone who's out there for minimum of 24 months.
Yes.
So who else? We're in 2026, right? So we have 2 years left.
Trump.
So who?
Yeah, it's him. It's Gavin.
It has to be.
Now, on the right, there's going to be a power struggle, and either Trump will live through his term, let's hope he does, but he's 80, so you never know, but he's healthy enough right now.
Allegedly healthy enough.
Allegedly healthy enough.
Yeah.
If he lives through his term and he knights somebody, whether it's JD or whoever, that will be the person. There is a world in which he doesn't knight anyone, and there is a real power struggle between different factions of that party.
Well, what are the factions? So you have JD.
You have JD.
The vice president, who's the obvious.
The obvious.
And then the problem with Ron DeSantis is he wore stilts.
Ron DeSantis has a cop energy. He has a guy that pulled you over energy, and you go, was it really 85? He's a prick. No one likes him. He offends everyone. I know a friend who's in finance. A bunch of hedge fund guys went down to Florida. This was in the throes of the campaign. He ended up insulting all of them. He's dismissive of people. He doesn't have it. The question is, Vance, who's smart, does Vance have it? There's doubts, real doubts, that if he has it or not. I like him as a guy. There's doubts. I'm not saying he doesn't have it.
What are the doubts?
That he doesn't have it. He doesn't have the charisma. He's stiff as a board. He's a klutz. He dropped a trophy. He's not articulate enough. He doesn't have it.
Still young.
Sure, but I'm saying these are the doubts.
Yeah.
He's young. He doesn't have the gravitas.
Right.
The wife's maybe not super into it. I don't know.
Right.
These are the doubts.
Right.
These are the doubts you got to overcome if you want to win.
All right. If not him, who else is it?
MTG.
For real?
For realsies. Heard it here first. Get on the train now.
You're serious?
Get on the train now. I might be involved. Get on the train now. Buy the stock now. Buy the crypto now. Buy the Ethereum now. We're launching a coin soon.
The coin is crazy.
Step 1 is the coin. Step 2 is the announcement.
Yeah.
Step 3 is the campaign. Step 4 is her running the country, which I don't think is super important. But the first 3 are important. Coin launch, hugely important.
You got to
Here's
get
what I
in
think.
the first couple of days and
MTG has
get
come out
within the first couple of days.
MTG, whether it's her or not, she's surprisingly weirdly capable. She's kind of a tough bitch. She ran a construction company, all this stuff. She's going to be able to go out there and say, America first, not Israel first. And Vance might wear. There's not enough daylight between him and Trump on Israel. MTG is going to take advantage of that. That's my guess. Get on the train.
Wow.
But maybe I'm wrong. But am I?
Has she voiced any?
She hasn't voiced it yet. But let's be honest. She's positioning herself. You can see it. She's positioning herself to run for president of the United States.
What is the wackiest shit that she's ever said?
I don't know. Something about the Jews and the weather. But let's be honest. Who knows what they're doing? These hurricanes come and go? What's going on?
MTG threatens to say every damn name on the House floor over Jeffrey Epstein clients 2 hours
This is
ago.
fun. Part
Right.
of being the president now is spectacle. She gets it. She sees Trump. She goes, he put on a goddamn show. She's putting on a fucking show and a half.
Also, if you're a woman, there's
Yes.
an advantage that you have in that you are not fucking underage people.
No, and she's single.
Right.
She's single woman.
Wild.
She's not, meaning that she doesn't have a husband who works for BlackRock.
Right.
You know what I mean?
She's a Lenny Kravitz song.
Now, why is AOC shutting her mouth about Israel? Because AOC's donors are big Israeli tech people. She's been silenced, and she's trying to run for president too.
Really?
Yeah.
She'll struggle.
She's not going to win. She's a goofball. She'll be making mojitos. She's a goofball. She doesn't have it. She's a goof. But here's the reality. She's shutting her mouth about Israel. Is AOC out there about Israel? No. No, because she's a fraud. But the smelly, gross anarcho-communists in Brooklyn, to their credit, know she's a fraud. They know she's a fraud. In between their, whatever, open mic nights and whatever, they figured out... Poetry slams and dog walking. They figured out that this bitch is a fraud. Big time.
Yeah, I don't think she was when she first started.
She wasn't, but she's realized she's ambitious.
She likes nice bags.
She likes nice bags.
That's what it is.
She's ambitious. She wants to be the president.
You realize that job can get you hundreds of millions of dollars. Look what happened.
Can you get up who her donors are, Jimmy? These Israeli tech people. It's kind of interesting because this actually just kind of came out. This is coming out more and more. MTG is one of these people that now she said some wild stuff. She wasn't media trained. Okay, she came out. She made some unfortunate statements about Jewish people and the weather, perhaps.
Did she do? I want to know.
She said something about Jewish space lasers. But Joe, why do the hurricanes always hit the west coast of Florida? That's where they never hit the east coast. They don't hit Boca.
The water is warmer or something.
So say you. The point is, whatever. But is it, or the laser?
The hurricanes never hit the East Coast, is that true?
Yes, they hit the West Coast, which is where all the Christians live from the Midwest and Canada. All the Jewish people on the East Coast don't get hurricanes, they get a little bit of flooding. And when Marjorie wins, we're going to get to the bottom of it.
So if you want to buy property, you buy it on the East Coast of Florida?
That's what they're saying.
Is that like Mar-a-Lago? Is that the East Coast?
Correct. Ding, ding.
Really? Okay, what does she say? Marjorie Taylor Greene has offered an amendment to the Israel funding bill to create space lasers. This is not a parody. MTG literally wants to appropriate money for a Jewish space laser. But what does that mean? She wants to fund space lasers?
I thought she was against it, but now maybe she's for them.
In 2018. It was back then. It was different times.
It's different times.
She wanted the space laser.
She was asking
2024,
questions.
it says it.
Now she wants the laser. Because
look at her face.
Why should they? Right.
Oh,
why
Joy Reid's talking about
why
it.
Should they have space lasers? We should all have them.
Joy Reid probably believes space lasers are racist.
That's right.
A 2018 post she made theorizing, in quotes, that Jewish space lasers started wildfires in California. Now she's saying the United States deserves this type of defense for our southern border. Okay, I don't think Jewish space lasers did that, but there was a real concern with the wildfires of Ontario.
Yes.
That so many of them started simultaneously over a large distance that it is almost impossible that this was not some sort of a concerted effort to start this fire. And then there was the question, were they experimenting with some sort of space or satellite-based energy weapon?
Well,
I don't even know if it got away with it because it's conveniently in the middle of the woods.
What about these floods in Texas?
What
the
about
cloud seeding?
Yeah.
This is a problem.
Well, they were cloud seeding just a few days before that.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Well, that's also the problem that happened in Abu Dhabi, or no, Dubai.
That's right.
In Dubai, where they openly admit that
they're
this
manipulating
is
the weather.
Yes.
All these people are manipulating the weather.
Where you going in Abu Dhabi? They do it once a week. Hopefully, you'll get there on a rainy day.
Well, we'll see.
They do it every week.
They manipulate the weather every week?
Every week.
Well, good.
Well, it's how you keep everything green, Tim.
Listen, my concern is like my own country, and any country that wants to offer me a large sum of money to go and perform, I will do it.
Coming soon to the Congo.
Yeah, I will absolutely do South Sudan, Darfur, Angola, all of it. I'll absolutely do South Sudan. Tim Dillon live in South Sudan. Absolutely will do it.
Yo.
Wouldn't you go to Saudi Arabia? Yeah, but
stay here.
You're also doing well enough.
2 Israeli startup entrepreneurs played roles in the rise of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She pulled out of an event commemorating Rabin. Some concluded that AOC doesn't like Israelis, but 2 were instrumental in the lawmaker's early career.
Oh.
That's where it gets weird. They find you when you're young.
They find you when you're making mojitos.
They find you when you're young and promising, like JD.
Well, that's the thing. JD's going to have to, if he wants to be the president, he's going to have to say, Peter Thiel, I'm not.
Antichrist.
He's going to have to say, Peter Thiel is Satan, and here's why that's good. JD has to get out there and go, wouldn't you rather know who Satan is and be friends with him and have dinner with him than have it be like, who's Satan?
Right.
So he's got to get out there and say, I happen to be friends with Satan. And I want that to be
misunderstood.
I want it to be destigmatized.
Right. If Satan could go on the Nelk Boys, maybe they could straighten it out.
That's right. Peter Thiel on the Nelk Boys, when they go, what do you think about fast food? And he goes, I take 1 pill every day to survive. And it gives me all of my nutrients.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Peter Thiel eats food like a person. I think it's like he has some type of,
What?
you know.
What do you think?
I think a lot of these tech people, like, they don't like food. They're not food people, a lot of these tech people. I went to a few of these tech things in Austin. It's not, the food's never the thing. They're not like food people. They're not like, ooh, let me eat food. Like wasps are not either. Like real old school, like waspy.
Didn't you get invited to have lunch or something, dinner with Peter?
Yes, I said no.
Did you?
I said no. I'm a little wary of that circle of people. And I'm not saying there's anything inherently evil about them, because obviously there's people in there. I don't know that I want to go to a dinner with someone who's going to talk endlessly about the Antichrist.
But yet you'll go to Saudi Arabia.
Of course.
And perform.
Of course.
I've been to Peter's house twice.
Yeah.
I went once with dinner with Eric Weinstein. I forget who else. And then the second time he brought me in because they were going to have lunch with Eric Von Daniken.
Oh, the guy, the Chariots of the Gods.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah. I'm in. And I know so much about that. So I was asking him all these questions.
I'm sure he's a very nice guy. I like Peter Thiel. People that know him go, he's a nice guy. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I get invited to a lot of dinners and a lot of things. And what I try to do is I try to say to myself, I need to be able to criticize people and make fun of them.
Right.
So, it felt like really weird to go to this guy's house and then shit on him the next day.
Do you think that's part of the strategy of inviting you to go to places?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most likely. But it doesn't work because I can't shut my mouth. I can't shut my mouth. So, I mean, I've said things, people in my own family get mad at me because I can't shut my mouth.
Yeah.
So it's certainly not going to work. If you're a billionaire invites me somewhere, it's not going to work. So then you're probably going to have to kill me. And I'd rather you not.
Yeah.
Please.
See what you're saying? Well, you can't get too close.
I don't want to get super close, only because, like, to me, it's like I like my show because I can talk shit and say things, and I just can't. I don't want to censor myself, and I don't know how to censor myself, and I wouldn't be fun or good at what I do if I censored myself. And I think that, like, a lot of people out there in the world are under the impression that everyone has an agenda, and that's completely understandable. And I think what they try to do is sometimes launder that agenda through some cultural space, however they want to do it,
Yeah.
And that's happened forever. It's not new, it's not unique, because there's an internet, 1,000%. There's people that want the world to look a certain way, but they don't come out and tell you exactly how they want it to look.
Right.
They figure out a way to kind of like, let's filter this. So I'm trying to, when I look at that and I go, because I think it was a very nice dinner, and I think what he wants, like, I'm sure it was like a lovely, like, he goes, I want to talk about the media. And you're like a comedian, but you're in the media, and like, he has a bunch of people to his house. There's probably smart people that go.
Yeah, he likes to have
and they talk about the media.
Big thought, like, think tank conversations.
Yeah, and I just felt like that didn't appeal to me.
Well, that's why he had Von Daniken over for lunch, right? So it's not all evil. It's like, what is this about?
The thing is, it's a lot, when people, what would really shock people in America is how much a lot of the super elites are not, it's not like it's all in eight, and I'm sure some of it is, some club they're all in, But it's not like they're all lizards or it's an ancient blood cult.
Right.
A lot of it is like they will feed you and your family into a mulcher so they can live 2 blocks closer to the beach. It's just that things have always been good and they want them to stay good. So somebody told me once it's the highest levels of society perpetuating themselves and just staying at the top of the food chain.
Right.
And 90% of them have no idea what's going on and they're just rich and they just woke up rich and things are good and they could ski in Aspen or they could go to the wherever, Hamptons or Beverly Hills or whatever, or here, the beautiful areas here. And then 10% of those people are earning the money. They're the scions of the dynasties, or they're the CEOs, or they're the hedge fund managers, or the private equity people. And then 1 or 2% of those people are truly nefarious. Those are the people who are fun. And I mean, those are the people who are, those are the guys who are in that, whatever that smoke-filled room is.
Well, the also thing, to get to the top of that kind of a business, you have to be a bit of a sociopath.
For sure.
Right. And you have to be kind
100%.
of calculated. This is where it's fascinating, like what Bill Gates has done in his career, where he's pivoted to become this guy who's like really concentrated on global health.
Right.
And philanthropy.
Yes.
All of his time is now spent on philanthropy.
Yes. Well, it's a great way to launder money. That's huge. It's a great way to launder money.
It's also a great way to launder your image.
Great way to launder your image.
Well, I remember him in the 90s where everybody was mad at him. He was the antitrust guy. He was constantly in court about that.
Well, that's why he went to Epstein's Island, because he was doing an ecological survey of the area. He was studying beach erosion. But this is the thing. Throughout history, these people have never been caught red-handed. Now they're kind of getting caught red-handed, and now they're employing every means at their disposal to keep a lot of this stuff quiet.
Yeah.
Not only that, I think my personal theory is that someone took a lot of these people in a room 20 years ago and went, listen, as soon as AI is out of the bottle, you got 5 or 10 years before the world's wild. Build your bunkers, steal the money, take whatever you can, get it off the government balance sheet, however you're going to do it, because let Detroit go. Who gives a fuck? Don't give them health care. Doesn't matter. Don't fix the infrastructure. Don't fix the schools. From when AI's out of the box, you have 5, 7, 10 years, probably closer to 10, 15 years before shit gets really fucking weird. So get your money now, and it's going to get...
What do you think get really weird looks like?
Just massive unemployment, civil unrest, autonomous police forces, AI running large sectors of the government, just weird shit. And then that to me is probably one of the reasons that, and I'm not saying it was one big meeting, but I think they know, and now maybe it's a folly. Like people like Annie Jacobson go, the nukes start flying, everyone's dead, we don't care how many bunkers they have, whatever. Who knows? Maybe it is a folly. That being said, we've got underground cities all over the country. Government's, prepared, obviously, and has been for a while. All of these private citizens are now worth in the hundreds of billions. Some of them, a lot of them are billionaires. They're trying to hedge their bets in whatever way they can. Teals famously has this thing in New Zealand, or wants to be in New Zealand if things go haywire.
That's where everybody wants to go, right?
They all want to go to New Zealand.
Why New Zealand?
It's beautiful. It's an island.
Yeah,
it's
but
gorgeous.
is there like some sort of a theory of how that survives? Some sort of apocalyptic?
I don't know.
Small population, rich natural resources.
All of that.
A lot of food.
All of that. And I think that it feels like they're preparing for something. It doesn't feel paranoid to suggest that they know it's going to get very weird. I mean, there's people falling in love with chatbots.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to get odd.
Well, then it's chatbots talking to you and killing yourself.
That's also
teaching
happening.
You how to make a better news.
That's what's happening. So, I mean, I think there's, here's a real question, an interesting question. Are the elites in our country, and I mean, not just rich people, I mean, people that own companies that control large sectors of the economy, are they believing that 2050 is going to be, will we still have the United States of America? That's a real interesting question. Because all of these tech people talk like we won't.
Really? Like
Yeah, a
how
lot
so?
of them.
What do they say?
Well, basically, they've talked about the need to, one of the biggest startups during the pandemic was, and Thiel was an investor in this, was let's go buy a plot of land somewhere in the world and run a country on crypto and make it like a libertarian paradise. It was called Praxis. And they did this. This was a big startup, but it got, a good amount of funding because
Where do they want to go?
they were talking about like Madagascar, I think. They were talking about other places. But you're looking
I'm not
at-
aware of this.
No, it was a real thing. I mean, it was.
Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Jamie?
Yeah, it was real. You look it up. I mean, it's there.
So they were talking about using crypto and
Yeah.
funding a new country?
Yeah, they. I don't think the tech people want. I mean, and I met these kids. They were nice kids, but
Praxis states that it has 2,034
Yeah.
citizens, 124 companies. The companies founded by Praxis members have an aggregate valuation of $452 billion. Which is good for the economy for about 6 weeks.
Right.
Although original Praxis plans include development in the Mediterranean, the company has explored Greenland as a site. Huh.
The tech people don't, I think they see the future of America as more feudalism than a representative democracy.
Look at this. Reclaim the West.
Yeah.
The world's first digital nation. What?
Yeah. Real thing.
So now it says 922 billion value of Praxis founded companies. Now there's 103,000 Praxians. Look at this bizarre
this is what the
construction
architecture
on
is
the
gonna look
side
like.
of
It's
a
gonna-
fucking cliff, so that when it all goes south, you could just leap to your death at any moment.
But it's aesthetically pleasing.
Or they could just chuck you off when your tweets don't align with their company's objectives.
But this is one example of something that I think it's a little bit of the quiet part out loud, where I think a lot of the tech people have given up on the idea of America as a nation state. Not all of them.
What
but
is
some of
this?
them.
Atlas, California proposes Atlas, California, a defense-focused spaceport city on 3,850 acres in Vandenberg Space Force Base, located on the California coast between Los Angeles and San Francisco. Vandenberg already hosts SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Relativity Space. Atlas will concentrate elite engineering talent with DoD assets to solve the defense challenges that will determine America's survival.
Yeah.
What?
It's another Manhattan project.
Go to the image that's at the bottom of the header. Look at this fucking image of this place.
I think none of this is actually happening. I think it's more pretend per se, but I don't know.
Oh, it's just a couple months ago, June 4th.
they'd like it to happen.
This is weird.
But do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like the main concern here is America
Right.
in any recognizable way.
It seems like they're preparing for the fall.
That seems to be what it is.
Yeah, that seems like you're preparing for the fall of America.
1,000%.
And defend the West on Earth and beyond.
By the way, not defend America,
Right.
defend the West.
Yes.
Right. Interesting.
Look at this quote. We built the arsenal of democracy, split the atom, and reached the moon. Now we must build a city that wins this century. What?
No.
Atlas is where America's engineers will develop the technologies that secure our future. Join us. This sounds like how they get you. This is the end. Yeah.
Cool video, and I'm in.
Yeah.
No, I would.
music behind it.
I'm hoping after this they offer me a tiny little plot to do a podcast,
Yeah,
interview them about their work.
Right, like a discovery property.
Yeah.
So this idea is that when AI gets out of the box, as you say, the world's like filled with chaos, crime is rampant,
Yes.
it's madness, and then at that point, these guys wall themselves off, use all of their money, and defend the West.
That seems to be what it's like.
Defending is a weird.
Defending.
Yeah, it's a weird way of phrasing things, because you're not saying, we look to establish a beautiful, harmonious community that,
No, there is an element, I think, of
defense.
Yeah, and they're defending them
from an assault.
from maybe the
Defend the West.
But it's also like maybe you're defending them from forces that are
alien.
Well, sure, but or they're domestic. They're Americans.
Right.
It could also be,
Transcendent. There it is. Okay, inspired by the wisdom of great civilizations, we believe that true sovereignty is achieved through alignment with the transcendent. You can't just say that.
This is going to all end
Why
up to
would you
just be like a line of skincare products.
At the end? Like it's just going
It's
to be
all, fuck it.
Brian Johnson's vitamins.
Yeah, it's just Brian Johnson's vitamins
That
and
guy
Kris
who's trying to
Jenner's
stay
new
alive
head.
forever. The Praxian way of life is driven by a vital energy that seeks transcendence through heroic action and contemplation. Our mission is to channel this drive into a cohesive way of life forged by social structures and institutions that guide our people toward their destiny. You just said nothing.
It's nothing, and so what it is opting out. There's
Oh, yeah.
America, and
Go
they're
to the
opting
top.
out.
That looks like a mushroom.
Yeah.
That's a mushroom cap. Are you guys doing shrooms? Because now I'm in.
Well, they're certainly doing
Okay.
shrooms.
Well, now I'm in.
They're certainly doing shrooms.
I want to go.
I'm not saying
I
this
don't think
is-
I have enough money.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying this is kind of, and they're not going to be the only ones.
I need to up my game.
They're not going to be